Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Indigo Diamond here with another video, here to talk about the latest episode of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star Season 7. Also known, and should have been known really, as the All Winners Season 1. Or All Winners Season 1. Something like that. Before we get into the episode, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video, and tell me down below who are you rooting for. I am still Team Jinkx. I don't think that's going to change. But I'll mention it every episode just in case it does. Right, this week's episode was the improv challenge. They had to improv their way through Fairytale Court. So we had two different situations, kind of, based on fairy tales. Michelle Visage was presiding over the court as the judge. Essentially, it was very much like the Jersey Justice, just now with fairy tale characters. It was a really good challenge. Queens broke off into two groups. We had Jaida as a team leader and Trinity as a team leader, and they picked their teams. So on Jada's team, I've got to try and remember who was on whose team now. So Jada's team was Jaida, Jinkx, Yvie, Jaida, Jinkx, Yvie, and Monet. That was it. And then Trinity's team was Trinity, Shea, Raja, and the Vivienne. Now, we had, in my opinion, a couple of people that weren't great. For me, the clear top two were Jinkx and Vivienne, who were the top two of the week. So Vivienne got her first legendary legend star. Jinkx did not, because Jinkx was blocked last week by Jaida. Other people that did well this week, Jaida did also do quite well this week. Trinity did well. Raja did well. I was trying to think then, my brain was like, who else did well? Raja did very well. Struggle buses, for me, I don't think this was Shea's challenge. Now, I'm not sure if that's just Shea's not very good at improv, or whether it's maybe the character she picked might have been quite a difficult character to do. I know on the runway, well, on the main stage, the judges mentioned that her character was supposed to be very much like a Karen. And when they said that, I sat there and went, oh, didn't get that. Didn't get that at all. I just got Shea being like a very motherly character, kind of like quite proper, and yeah, it wasn't great. Yeah, I don't think she quite got what the character was supposed to be, for me anyway. Yvie, I didn't really like what Yvie did for most of it, if I'm honest. It wasn't funny. I think for me, the look did not go with the accent that she had. Like in the workroom, she was like, "Oh, maybe I'll try and be like sort of like a mobster from, like, I think they said like the 40s or something like that." And the accent she did there was alright, but it definitely wasn't the accent that she used in the challenge. And the accent she used in the challenge just, I don't know, it just didn't seem to fit. What, like how she was acting? For me, I don't know. And the worst part is I had to deal with the accent for like both scenes because she appeared in the other scene as well. So yeah, I wasn't a big fan of what Yvie did. Raja did really quite well. She very much leaned into the sort of like old lady character. I did love what she did. I think the top two was correct, but like quite close, but close behind them, I could have seen like Jaida, Raja, and Trinity all being there. You know, they did do a really good job. Jaida, you know, was paired up with Jinkx for a lot of it. You know, they were both the plaintiffs, legal terms. So they played off each other really quite well. That was great to see. Raja, I just believed she was the character. Trinity came in as the witch, and I think the thing I'm loving about Trinity is she just seems to be having fun. As much as she's there to play the game, you know, she obviously clearly does want to be the winner overall. But I don't know if it's maybe because she's not got the potential of going home. She seems to just be a lot more playful in the challenges, like the acting challenges and stuff like that. Like, she was essentially just kind of like making a fool of herself in this one. She was the witch. She got to, play with Michelle a bit because Michelle was also a witch, and they would like dress the same, have the same sort of hairstyle and everything. I loved it. I thought it was really great. Jinkx was just fully committed to her character. I mean, if we could give, I mean, we essentially did give awards for the best two, because Viv and Jinkx both did phenomenally well in this challenge. Jinkx was just did not break character once. The pit crew member dropped his book. Jinkx put that into it. Like in the exit interview with RuPaul, one of her ears fell off and completely committed, did not break character once, was like, you're going to have to speak up, the stress is getting to me sort of thing, I've lost an ear. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely love Jinkx, smashed it. Shame she didn't get a star, but, she at least got to avoid being, well, no, I don't think she could be blocked again. No, yeah. She avoided being able to be blocked again, which was good. Vivienne, it definitely feels like maybe she's arrived now. I'm not sure if she was necessarily quite here yet. And this episode, I mean, she had the accents. I really enjoyed her accents this episode. I thought she picked good accents for what she was doing. My favourite had to be the German accent. She was apparently like 4 different characters. She was Goldilocks, she was Little Red Riding Hood, she was Hansel and Gretel. And it was just like, I think, was it when she went to the German accent, said she was Helga. And then when she was like, oh, Hansel sounds from a certain area, so I'll keep the accent. Absolutely hilarious. I mean, I absolutely loved it. I thought she did a phenomenal job, as did Jinkx. Definitely think they both were the clear tops. They definitely did the best out of everyone. But, the likes of Raja again, in a comedy challenge, did a really good job. Trinity, I mean, we know Trinity's funny. She did a phenomenal job. Jaida, again, just kind of acting a fool. She can do it and it's funny. So, yeah. Things I did like as well is... okay, RuPaul definitely hadn't had a coffee enema this time, but... RuPaul was acting a bit of a fool on the panel, and honestly, I love it when RuPaul does that. I love to see her just kind of like let go a bit and just be funny, like have fun with it. I mean, the coffee enema stuff's fun, just like a little bit at a time. But when she's just sort of acting a fool and kind of like having a laugh with the queens, it just feels, I don't know, it almost feels more genuine. For me, I feel. So, like, when she was having a joke with Raja, all the queens are stood there saying about how, it's nice to see, for you to be able to sort of, like, reintroduce yourself to all these people, because all the people that knew you originally are dead. That was great to hear. And, talking about Trinity, where she said, I don't even remember that queen from that audition tape all those years ago, because, you're so different now. And yeah, when she first started on season 9, she was very much like, I'm a pageant queen, I'm here to look pretty, show off my body sort of thing. And that's what I do. And now she's just full, like, still looks amazing, still shows off her body, but... I just feel like she's relaxed so much more into, like, her comedic side. And it's a side that is just great to watch. It's just really nice to see Trinity on TV. She's one of those people where you're like, again, I can understand why you brought her back. Great choice. So, the top 2, Jinxie and Vivienne, lip sync against each other. Jinkx loses the lip sync. It's fine, I do think it was probably more of a Vivienne song. I think it was a Whitney Houston song, wasn't it? But you know, I feel like was able to dance around a bit more. It might have been because Jinkx was in a dress still. But you know, I'm not mad. I think Vivienne did an amazing job. Definitely think she deserves the win. Now she was very clever with the way that she blocked someone. So she did the normal sort of like walking up and down the line, and then she went to give it to Jaida and span around and gave it to Monet. Now, up until this point, the person that had won and blocked someone the previous week was the one that got blocked, you know, the week prior. You know, Shea blocked Trinity first. The next week, Shea got blocked by Jinkx. The week after that, Jinkx got blocked by Jaida. So everyone was like, oh, is it going to be Jaida's turn to be blocked? But no, Vivienne was very smart. She was like, you know, Monet's had that badge this entire time and no one's blocked her. You know, and Monet's been really trying to play this game. She's been really trying to be like, oh, you know, those people with badges, you know, sort of like trying to focus on them, everyone else that has a badge, and trying not to be like, oh yes, I've got a badge and no one's blocked me. You know, she has been trying to, as she stated, fly under the radar to make sure that, you know, she's not going to be blocked. So next time she is in the top, she can get that win. Excuse me. So, yeah, Monet's finally been blocked. I would have been intrigued to see who Jinkx would have blocked, whether she would have chosen Jaida or whether she would have chosen someone else. Who knows? Next week is a public speaking challenge. Now, we don't usually get these in Drag Race. You know, I suppose we've had a few more recently, kind of, with the DragCon panels. I suppose you can class those as public speaking? Flip is speaking. I don't know what speaking is. Public speaking. Which clearly I would be great at. Public speaking is like clearly my number one skill. Yeah, so public speaking, we've had it kind of more recently with the DragCon panels. I don't know if necessarily you could count that completely as public speaking, because as much as it's kind of like a panel, you've obviously got to, there's more things to focus on than the public speaking. You've got to make sure you're staying on topic, you know, it's interesting what you're talking about, and, you know, you've got to kind of engage with everyone else on the panel, make sure you're paying attention to what they're saying. Whereas the more public speaking challenges have really been like the presidential campaign ones, which you usually only get like every like 4 years. So yeah, it's going to be interesting because it's not a presidential campaign sort of one. It's like a graduation speech, essentially. Like it's usually, is it the, I'm not American, so apologies, valedictorian that does it usually. So it's going to be intriguing to see how that's going to go. I'd imagine Monet would probably do quite well because she has like a talk show and stuff like that, and, you know, she's hosted things like the Pit Stop, you know, that would probably be quite a smart thing, good thing, a thing that she's good at. I'm not sure about the rest of them. I imagine someone like Trinity, who's done pageant, surely would have some skill in that, I'd imagine, you know. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. There seems to be a bit of tension between Jinkx and Viv next week as well, so that's going to be interesting to see what exactly that's about, because it does seem like Viv said she was going to block someone else, and I'm not sure if the argument seems, well, the tension seems to be about that, or whether it's about something else. You know, so Jinkx does say that she's going to make that challenge hard for Viv. So, yeah, we will see what happens, obviously. Until we watch the episode, we don't know, and, you know, everything in between. So, yeah, we will see how that goes. We'll see how that works out. I'm still Team Jinxie. So I'm hoping she's going to be in the top again so she can get a second legendary legend star, because currently both Jinkx and Trinity have 2 wins but only 1 star each. But they're also the only 2 that have been in the top more than once. Everyone else has only been in the top once so far, so we'll see, you know. Fingers crossed Jinkx as well. I mean, I want to see everyone else do well as well. It'd just be nice because I'd just like to see queens doing well. But yeah, we'll see. Leave me a comment down below. Who are you rooting for? Team Jinkx. While you're down there, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you amazing, amazing, lovely people next time. On a side note quickly, everyone in the UK enjoy the Platinum Jubilee weekend. You know, our nice 4-day weekend this weekend, which started yesterday because today is Friday and we had yesterday off as a bank holiday. Unless you work in somewhere like retail where, you know, you tend to still have to work bank holidays. Hope it's not too bad for you. Have a lovely weekend. I will see you lovely people next week when I do another video. Bye.